Testing 1 2 1 2. Go. All right. All right. So first, I've been watching SPRC today. Oh. Okay. Do that one. Let's just throw this one down. All right. Anyway, let's see what I got here. SPRC doing this little thing at the beginning, top of the morning. Going from what is it, or 5 to 7. Has 2 million shares traded. The news on SPRC is, let's see this news here. Let's go do our due diligence. So SPRC SkySpark approved merger with leading parallel vehicle importer in Israel. This is Israeli. Says a specialty clinical stage pharmaceutical company focusing on the development of therapies to treat disorders of central nervous system, but they are merging with a parallel vehicle importer. Okay. Let's see, a specialty clinical blah blah blah. Auto Motors Limited. So the proposed merger with Automax Motors Limited, a leading parallel vehicle importer in Israel. This strategic merger, pursuant to a definitive agreement entered into April 11, 2024, as amended, will see SkySpark acquire 100% of Automax share capital through a reverse merger. Okay. All right, so that's merger news. I see why it's not at the top of the list with that type of news. Still being led, or majority of the volume still on these penny stocks above it. Raya, RAYA, with 154 million shares traded. We just got something new up here. Rime, RIE, or did I say that right? RIME. It's popping up. Let's go look into that. Rhyme up here. Let's go ahead and notate this down. It was a quick pop, but it's going to have to go a little bit higher than what it just went. Let's go look at the news on Rime, RIME. Rhyme has news on today. It says Semicab wins new commercial contract with Raja Electricals, or no, not Raja. I don't know what that name is. Okay, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It says 560 million new client is one of the largest electronics manufacturers in India. Okay, so this is an Indian, well, says Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So it's a company working with somebody in India. An AI technology holding company announced today that it has signed a new master service agreement with Baha, or I don't know how you say it, Bahaj Electricals, one of the largest electronics companies or manufacturers in India, with over 560 million in annual sales. Based in Mumbai, Bahaj Electricals is a publicly held subsidiary of this group and 100 billion multinational conglomerate with operations in 40 countries. And is a global leader in automotive, customer electronics, iron and steel fabrication, insurance, travel, and finance. Under the agreement, Algorithm's subsidiary SemiCab Holdings will provide enterprise-level shipping services through its AI-powered software platform designed to reduce the cost of service, improve delivery accuracy, and eliminate empty miles. The contract, which has already launched during the third quarter, will cover multiple large metropolitan markets across India. Okay, so this contract is pretty much for India. Yeah, not seeing too much more on the actual news. Maybe it went down a little bit too far. It's at 21% right now. SPRC, let's jump back over there. This is the merger news. Let's go look at the daily chart for SPRC. Is there anything obvious out here? So it closed up yesterday at 426 and not really any clear places that it would stop and kind of hold. Let's zoom back a little bit. Okay, here's one up here, maybe like 855 up here. Could be a more obvious level. 850 possible daily level. Then we got we zoom back a little bit more at this 850 level here. They got shoved back into from 1054. I don't know if this merger news is going to push to $10, but you know, anything is possible during pre-market. It looked like it hit around this level almost twice here, around 1050. But I don't know if it can touch that. So I'm just going to keep 850 for right now, see how it does up to that level. But yeah, merger news usually isn't the hottest news. These other two up here still drawing attention. WAI, we saw that one the other day. These are higher floats. Float of 41 million and 22 million leading the day. So that's kind of weird to me for these higher floats to be leading over lower floats. So I kind of like to take my time because I want to think, okay, why are people not focusing on these things that could give a bigger range, right? Why even if they came up later than, or they started moving later than WAI, why is the volume just not pouring in here? And these other ones that are higher float have less relative volume almost than these lower floats, but still, when you look at the volume on the day, still just coming in slowly. So that's a couple of red flags for me. So we will see what happens with these, but definitely not the ones that I would just jump into willy-nilly. Gotta do this due diligence. All right. Let's jump over here to the news feed and see if any news has popped out for today. Just on Nvidia. Nvidia announces financial results for second quarter fiscal whatever. It is up 6%. I know it went down first. I thought, let me look over here and see. So during aftermarket, it was wild right here. Wait, stop it. Stop. Yeah. Okay, well, Nvidia just wants to go wild there. Let's come back to it. Okay, just stay still here. Okay, so yeah, it was down. All right, Nvidia, I'm gonna leave you alone. You tweaking, my boy. Anyway, Nvidia is the only one that is mid to large cap that is meeting the criteria that's up there. WHLR, nope, none of that. SPCR coming on down. Like I said, mergers are not usually the strongest anything. So Rhyme also went down. RIME. Looking for something better. Looking for something with some catalyst. So go ahead and wake up. So Rhyme has almost 3 million shares traded. It's catching up with the SPRK pretty quickly because people do not like mergers. That's one thing I've learned. If they're talking about mergers, man, it's like, bro, yeah, you can get an initial move, an irrational move, but then you get an overextended rational move that could just fade all day. Especially if Rhyme crosses it with volume, and it looks like it's going to. Okay, what we got over here? WAI, trash buckets. Rhyme went under 20%, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. Get that one off of here. It's gonna have to prove itself to stay on this watch list. So I only got 3 up here right now. WAI, Tello, and SPRC are holding on to the pre-market watch. So until something else pops up there, I'm just going to stay focused. WHLR, what is this one? What are you doing? WHLR, all of these are ones that, well, Rhyme and SPRC are ones that I've seen before. WAI and Tilo I think I've seen before, but WAI I've just seen this week pretty much. Look at what WHLR is doing. Doesn't have any kind of catalyst, so looks like they had on Tilo had a SEC filing yesterday. What was your SEC filing, buddy? For Tilo. They had a corporate statement. It's nothing, looks like nothing too important. Reports in vitro data supporting the potential of telomere 1 as a first-in-class epigenetic therapy influencing DNA methylation pathways in cancer, aging, and age-related diseases. Okay. I mean, yeah. If you start reducing the amount of grind on the end of those telomeres, people could start maybe living even longer. But I don't know how hot that news is. It's got 16 million shares traded, but still in competition with these other 3. We'll see what they do. First, we want to determine, okay, who has the most range out of here? Who's giving those moves? Because everything right now is another one just popped up. What is this one? What's the price? Oh man, it was popped up and disappeared. Okay, it was CWD. CWD is what I just seen. Okay, so it popped up CWD real quick. Let me go look at the news for this one. Okay, no news on today. It has a I'm on the wrong one. CWD. CWD does have news on today. Caliber establishes Link token. This is another crypto. It says, let me read this. Strategy merges digital and real world assets, investing in infrastructure layer blockchain technology, positions Caliber as the first mover among U.S. public companies in adoption of blockchain based treasury management practices focused on Link tokens. Um, CWD is a real estate asset manager. Today announced that its board of directors has formally approved a new digital asset treasury strategy and adopted a comprehensive digital asset treasury policy. Under this strategy and policy, Caliber intends to allocate a portion of its treasury funds to acquire cryptocurrency, specifically Link tokens, which support the chain link protocol, and to engage in activities related to the management and maximization of returns. So this is another crypto catalyst. Um, okay. So it says about Caliber. Caliber has 2.9 billion in managed assets. Caliber's 16-year track record of managing and developing real estate is built on a singular goal to make money in all market conditions, specializing in hospitality, multifamily. So we got a real estate company up here getting into crypto. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Move this over here. So yeah, both of these two have news on the day. The only problem is the higher price one has weak news of a merger, and then CWD is working its way up behind it. It'll probably end up outrunning it with the way SPRC is sitting there. Just watching, waiting to see who keeps getting that range that we like. CWD popping up there. A little bit of a double top up there too. Whatever. Let's go look at the daily chart for this one, since it seems to be trying to do some stuff. CWD over here on the daily chart closed at 170. Had this gap to fill. Did it fill this gap? Not yet. So we got a daily level here of the gap fill. Well, not even really. Yeah, it is a daily level. Let's go daily possible daily gap fill level at 245, almost 250-ish, right up in there. And then the bottom of this gap is 190. And let me do gap fill up, and then the other one will be gap fill down. So duplicate this down here, 190. We really don't want to see it sinking back to that. Edit gap fill down level. Okay, that name is too long. Let's do gap fill down like that. Okay, that'll work. All right, so it's got these gap fill levels. Above that, what is obvious? Let's zoom back some. Are there any super obvious close points? Because this point up here is all the way to 831. That doesn't seem too realistic. It's obvious, but maybe it will go up there. I don't know. This has got another gap up here between 892 and 631. Let me look at where that lines up with where we just came from. So 631, 638. another gap fill bottom that could be a daily resistance. Possible daily level. Gap fill down. Okay, got a couple of daily levels here. I don't even know if it can get up to 638, but then it's got the top of the gap or a range in here up to 899. So let's go ahead and duplicate. Move this on up here, $8.99, almost $9. This would be gap fill up. All right, so we got some daily levels out there, and it is in need of some more trading volume. The R vol on this one right now, or let's just look at all the R vols. Raya with 5 times its normal. Way with 14, Tilo with 7, SPRC with that weak catalyst has 56 times, and then CWD only has 2 times. So yeah, it's gonna definitely have to come alive for people to really buy into it. Not seeing any 100% movers though, so that is that. CWD coming on down. This is the bottom of that gap fill at 190. The top, well, let me squeeze this so y'all can see where the daily levels that I put on the daily chart is. So this is the 245 that we had. This is that gap fill up level. This is the gap fill down level. Looks like it's going towards testing that upward level. Let's see if it finds resistance right at that 250, 245, 250 level up there. Up 41% right now. Volume is coming on in. Good morning, Tatiana. We're out here watching CWD. We saw a couple of poppers, but they just couldn't stay on the scan. So, oh, wow, popped right through there. CWD is another crypto. It's a real estate company getting into crypto. Okay. So they're buying Link token, which is on the which is on the blockchain Chainlink. So yeah, we were watching this one. I already marked up the daily levels. There are a couple more up here somewhere. So that these are the next ones that I marked up here. Possible daily levels. These were gap filled down and up and all of that stuff. But it's down here right now at 245. We'll see if it becomes the number one on the day. 3 million shares traded, pushing up. So this 245 level is still, it really slipped through this one. Hasn't really pulled back and showed us that it's going to actually hold yet. Just kind of pushed right through it. So no respect on that daily level as of yet. Up 61%, 4 million shares traded. Okay, so now does it want to come and actually test this daily level? Had a high of 279. Let's see how it now, since they kind of forgot about this daily level, now they're making it make sense and coming back towards this daily level. There, yep. Point of control still down here at 222. SPRC under $6 now, headed on down, and CWD is drawing a lot of attention. It's scooting on up the board here in volume, right down to that 245 level that we marked up. See if more buyers come in at that level. They're thinking about it for sure. Yep. So right off that 245 level. So that's the first bounce, first sign that they recognize that as some type of level of priority. And then it's got a pre-market high up here of 279. So now the point of control is right at that level. It just moved up here to two. It was at 220 something, but it just popped up to 46 right there. Majority of the trades during this period have happened at this level now. It's about to pass SPRC in volume. Just needs a little bit more volume. It'll be passing it and walking on up the board. So held at 245, getting a little pop there. It is past SPRC now in volume. So SPRC falling on down the list. Let's see if it'll pass T-Low and possibly catch up with well, Y is way up there. It's got 91 million. This one only has 6 million. So it's got to at least get to 10 million first. All right, let's go look at the 5-minute. So we don't get tunnel vision. So the 5-minute, nice little upward motion here. 245. Let's go to the 15. Still hasn't closed this first 15. It's going to close this first 15 in 2 minutes. So that was his first bounce through test. And now it's trying to hold again this 245. It did an indecisive candle, a little bit of a lunch up, and then into a spinning top. Okay, back down. Barely getting there. Tapped on that. So that's the first test through 245 that it's gotten. Let's see how this closes. Recent low as a stop. Okay, so something just happened there at this level. Got all the way through it and popped back above it. Let's see how this closes. Showing more and more respect at this 245 level. 7 million shares traded now. Catching up with WHLR. Looking like it's going to push on past WHLR here very quickly. Another test. So not pushing away from 245 super aggressively. Looking at the 5-minute here. Let's go see this 5, or not the 15. This is the 15. Looking at the 5, I mean. We got this nice little indecisive move up here, testing 245, but has not broken down that low yet of 240. Point of control here is 235. CWD has 7 times its normal volume, has an ATR of 44 cents. Again, popping off that 245. Okay, it has passed WHLR. And now the next one that's got to pass is TLO. We got another one with Catalyst coming up, SMX. Go and look at this one. SMX here. Whoa. Where you at? Where you at? SMX up here. Let's look at what this news is. SMX. All right, so it says on SMX we got the global plastic system is broken and everyone in the supply chain knows it. Let's be clear up front. This article isn't about blame. Okay, it sounds like it's about blame. It shouldn't be regulators have set ambitious targets. Corporations are investing billions and NGOs continue to raise awareness. Their intent is to, okay, whatever. What are we talking about here? This looks like just a complaining. What are we doing here? Follow the plastics money trail. This is material efficiency, blah blah blah. Okay, SMX, you're not making much sense. Singapore, look no further than Singapore ACN. Oh, okay. This is plastic cleanup. All right. Do you have a SEC filing? Okay, just press release. Billions in demand, broken supply chain, system in turmoil. SMX delivers the missing link for plastic circularity. Okay, so these 3 down here have Catalyst. Just kind of looking around, seeing which one wants to hold up. SMX coming up the ladder as well. SPRC, no range. WHLR, nothing. And then CWD back towards this 245. Okay. So SMX right now cannot even hold on the scan. It may hold on the scan later on, but plastic circulation, I don't know. Let's see where SMX is based out of. CWD popping back up off that 45 again. It's multiple times popping up here, but right now it just looks like indecision on the 5. Let's go over to the 5 so y'all can see what I'm seeing here. So came up topping tail here, indecision, lower indecision, and you know, now going even lower indecision. We'll see what happens though. Let's go back over to the 1. Came up. Does it want to try to pop this 261? Popped it just a little bit. CWD pumping on up there, almost 10 million shares now, 9,500,000 something. So this candle was from the 253 up to the 268. SMX, where are you from? SMX is out of Dublin, Ireland. And it is definitely not going to be back on the scans anytime soon. It's got a lot of work to do to get back on the scans. So I'm going to clean that one off. Don't like that setup. SPRT probably going to be removed here in a little bit. WHLR working on getting it. Well, it is getting removed. So we got 4 up here. WAI, TLO, CWD. Continue to try to test the wave. So it tested this 245 multiple times through it. So 1, 2, 3 times through it, and then got moving up. Still trading within the candle, this long wick shove down that it got up here. All right, so it threw a little breakout from 279 up here to 281, a 3-cent breakout there. So getting a clear pre-market level here. So pre-market right around that 270, 280 level seems to be where it's hitting some type of wall there. Mark that up. So we'll call this the pre-market level. Oh, does it want to get through it? I'm going to put that pre-market high there. Let's change the color of that pre-market high. It might actually rip on through it. Okay, there we go. So 2 times going up to that pre-market high level, which was not an actual level anywhere on the daily chart, but seems to be a slowdown point. SPRC going on down to the grave. And CWD looks like the only one with range right now. So we'll see again. Looks like another test towards that 245 level, daily level, trying to hold it up. Hmm. You said, will it hit 3? I don't know. With the catalyst that it has, I mean, 3 isn't that far, but I don't know why it's showing this slight respect at 280. It should rip that 280. And 280 isn't even a daily level that I saw on the daily chart that makes sense. It just kind of stopped there. Okay, so it ripped 280 right there. Let's see if it gets nailed here. So putting up some more of those wicks. Will short start to cover here. Yep, a little bit of covering up to 3. A little bit of covering. As soon as I said it got going towards that 280. I guess they heard me, huh? But this breakout was from 270 up here to the 290s, about 20 cents. Oh, that's the top of the Bollinger Band. Okay. Looks like it wants to that little breakout was 297 up to a little bit. It's peeking out. It's peeking out a little bit. Just putting his little helmet out the door. Is this 280 really this big of a problem? Is it magnetized to this 280? That's what this is. This 280 doesn't even make. Let me look back at the daily chart. Does this 280 make sense? No, it doesn't. It's not even an obvious level. Should definitely be able to hold that 280 up. I don't know. I don't know. Just some point that the people have chosen during pre-market to be an issue. Our vol on CWD is 12 times its normal volume now. It has 14 million shares traded. It's about to pass up TELO, TELO. Now, only one biggest difference is CWD is the only thing with Catalyst right now that is holding the scans and kind of holding up its percent gain. But the range is closing up. So we look at these candles, it's moving from, it just moved from 83 up here to 93. So about 10 cents on this one candle, right? And it still looks like it wants to pile up a little bit, but we'll see. About 10 cents per candle right now. And that's with the chop. So up 72% right now. Seems like it's going to take its time again. Just doesn't need to break down too much. Point of control, it just needs to continue trading up here. Point of control is down here still at that 246 level. Hasn't moved yet. Hit 302. Okay. So this looks like it's going to be a little grinder. Okay. Up 80% now with 15 million shares, and the float is under 1 million. Another one just popped up, SOGP. 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 Let's see what it's talking about. SOGP float is under 1 million as well. It does have, wait, float is 4.38 million, my bad. 4.38 million shares outstanding, both low. Has some type of catalyst from today as well. So let's look at SOGP. Oh boy, they're announcing a special cash dividend. This looks like a Singapore-based company. Sound Group reports first half unaudited financial results. Okay, so that's just a dividend coming through. I don't think that's going to live too long. Let's look how much their special dividend is, though. So Singapore Sound Group, or Singapore August 28th, Sound Group, global audio-centric social entertainment company. Today announced a company's board of directors approved a special cash dividend of, they plan, Special cash dividend of 0.005 per ordinary share. All right, get off of here. Get out of here. Get on. Let's just close that up. Okay, back over to CWD. CWD special cash dividend of 0.005. What? Is that really special though? Is it? All right, CWD. New pre-market high up here at 307. Let me move this. Activate. Activate. All right, there we go. New pre-market high. Previous level that was kind of respected was in this 280 level, but since it's a pre-market, I'm not respecting that. Does have room, what, 40 cents back down to 240s. $16 million shares traded. All right, so let's go back and test these daily levels. Let me check the news feed, see if we have any new news coming through other than NVIDIA. Nope, still NVIDIA sitting there. Let's go over to the calendar. No IPOs for the day. Let's look at earnings. Ubiquity coming out with earnings today, or no, they already came out with earnings this morning. It's about the only standout name I see there. Okay, let me go and I'm gonna jump to the 5-minute real quick. So here's the 5-minute there. Previous indecision was down here at 250, so it still got about 30 cents from 250. Let's look at the 15-minute. That $3 level definitely gave it a little bit of headache. Have we looked at TLO? Yeah, we looked at TLO. It has no catalyst. It's about to get passed up in volume by CWD, which has a catalyst. So I was just looking at the things with catalyst and range, and TLO didn't have any range. It's barely moving 1 or 2 cents. At least with CWD, even though, it's not the strongest thing, it's got, some range in here too. Move from 245 up here to 308. So that's almost a 50-cent move. TLO, if we just look, let me look at TLO. We look at TLO, let's look at what it's looking like. It looks like a barcode here. It look like it's kind of barcoding in here. You know what I'm saying? The range. Look at these candles here. So this went from 195 up to 198, maybe 3 cents on a candle. So T-low, and look at the overall pattern here. It's just been showing us that it's a chop factory. I mean, you can get it. See, the thing is, this looks safe. This looks safe because it's kind of holding its levels, but you got to have the patience of a god to trade something like this, because you never know when it's gonna pop. You never know what it's gonna do, and it could pop right on down. So the ATR on that one is 19 cents. Closed with ATR of 13 cents from yesterday. Just is not a range player today. Back over to CWD. So CWD is about to overtake. Yep, just overtook T-low in volume. So T-low, SPRC, and SOGP all under CWD. It's putting his foot on people's necks out here. Which is crazy with this small range that it's still doing that. Point of control right here at 262 has moved up. It was at 245 for the longest, but the majority of the trading has happened right in here. This 270 level. Yeah, Tatiana, they do that. They come right down to you, get you on out, and then go back up to get you to try to rebuy in. Then you lose your money right here when it dumps down. Watch this. Let's watch this. Watch this. 280 makes it look real nice and pretty, and then it's gonna dump. Let's see. 15 seconds left on this candle. Then we're gonna see people get sacrificed. Sacrificed. There it is. Go ahead and take all of them out. You know what you're here for. Right on back past that 270. Wow, what a slowdown. Are people okay with it just sitting at 275 like this, or is a big short gonna come in and actually push it down towards that 270? There we go. Yep. Keep it going. Flatten it. So now the chop is becoming real on this one. 20 million shares on CWD now. Yeah, 275. 275. A lot of hopes and dreams at 275. I think if it hits that stop, it's gonna definitely take a little ride down. But it's a lot of stops there too. 275. So point of control just moved up to 270. Just bounced up there, a little red line going across. Majority of the trades have been taken there. So I'm guessing it's going to be either 275 with the stops, or it's going to be this bottom here of 263. There's stops probably all in this little range here. Should see the cascade effect here. Still looking for something new to pop up, but this is the only thing with Catalyst, so it is what it is. Okay, so there's 275 getting tapped. Starting to tap on those stop outs, those stop orders. Mm-hmm. Cascade. Isn't that a name of a soap? Cascade. They're about to get cleaned out. They're fighting at their 270. 270 point of control. They're trying to either get out, buyers are trying to get out, and sellers are trying to take position. They are fighting. It is their blood. Gotta work it on down. 275 getting tapped right there. Becoming some type of, okay, another one just popped up. EDAP with the catalyst on today. EDAP. Let's see what this one's talking about. What is your catalyst? All right, so looks like it's a earnings report on EDAP. Today at 6 a.m. and just now getting the volume. So 140% Focal One net placement growth year over year. 76.8 HIFU revenue growth year over year. 36 million euro credit facility letter of intent executed with European Investment Bank to further accelerate HIFU. Global leader in robotic energy-based therapies reported today unaudited consolidated financial results. So it's just earnings. If you wasn't already in this one, that's gonna be a hard one to trade. Let me go look at the float and all that good stuff. There's a conference call scheduled today at 7:30 a.m. So in like 30 minutes. Let me see. Where was I? What was I about to look at? Oh, float. Float is 20. So this is a higher float one too. So like I usually don't look at these too hard until the open to see what the actual movement is. CWD was the only low float that was like a visible low float by shares outstanding. So if you're using TOS or something like that, you see this low float shares outstanding, you can assume that the float is lower than this. But all these other ones that were up here, it's like, they look higher float, and they pretty much are higher float. 166 million in the float, 41 million, 22, 22, and this is the only true low float. So CWD got that trading. Let's pop back over to CWD. And while I was over there looking at that one, this one has come back up here again. So this is 3 times making very small little breakouts and just playing in this range. Hasn't broke down that 275 yet. All right, so let me clean this stuff up. It's not going to be able to stay on the scan. ED, whatever, went on down. SOGP down. SPRC down to 11%. So only 3 of them staying on right now. TLO, did you just get? Okay, it did have catalyst earlier. Okay, never mind. TLO, we read their catalyst, but they are still 8 million away from CWD right now. Keep seeing ASTI pop up here. Let me look at what that is. ASTI 28%. Ascent Solar. What is your? It says it signs a. Let me skip over here. Okay, news. ATSI Ascent Solar Technology signs a MOU with Starcatcher Industries to improve power capabilities for thin film solar technology in space. Oops. So they came out at 7 o'clock. It is currently riding upwards, but we'll go and check out the daily and all of that in just a minute. Let me just read this. So, U.S. innovator in the design and manufacture of featherweight flexible thin film photovoltaic solutions today announced the signing of a memorandum of understanding with Starcatcher Industries, a company pioneering the first space energy grid to achieve mutually beneficial goals that would aid the proliferation of thin film PV solutions in space environments. Starcatcher is creating the first of its kind space-to-space power beaming service by transmitting concentrated solar energy to clients' existing onboard solar arrays with no retrofit required. It provides satellite operators with up to 5 to 10 times more power when combined with ACENT's thin film solar solutions. Okay, so ACENT will explore power augmentation for the customers, power availability amid outages, bundled solutions for joint customers, and joint demonstration missions. All right, so that one popped up, but solar energy, we'll see. Definitely didn't hold the scans for long. It's already off the scans, down to 19%. Back up to our boy CWD. Again, with this 270 test, it's chopped around here quite a bit and not broken out. ASTI's got a lot of work to do if it's going to do anything, so I'm going to take that one off. It's not holding the scans anyway, so it's going to have to show some strength. We'll see during intraday, though. Maybe they want to make a little rip for it. All right, this one's got 31 million shares traded now, and still has got, so basically it's gotten even more thickly traded, which could kind of go both ways on it. We'll see if it just holds here into the open and then dumps to 245 or down here to 190. But that pre-market level, it held and hasn't been retested at the 3. So maybe later on today, maybe we'll see a retest of the 3, but I don't know. 31 million. So if 31 million is 28 times its norm, will it have to do that again to rip, or Will it be on lighter volume to rip? I don't know. Looking like it's getting on down there finally. 259, making a lower high there, or a lower low, my bad. Lower low towards this 245, back towards this daily level. Okay, 272, 273, testing this point of control again after making a new low. Are they really about to let this thing get back up? Interesting. I mean, it's got 25 cents up to the 3. 61% up. It is 707. So this is the best that we've seen during pre-market. ATR of 46 cents. Float under a million. 33 million shares traded with catalysts on the day, and this is the best we've seen. Only thing that's held up with catalysts. This thing is so thickly traded. Yeah, I think market makers or something is really playing this because it's just holding this range. It refuses to dump. Okay. Getting some movement down. We'll see the reaction of 245. Or maybe it's just kidding. Yeah, this I don't like this action. It's not being decisive. Let me go over to the 5-minute. Look at what we got over here. Top and tails, top and tails. Another little consolidation point at the 270. Yeah. Let's go look at the front page and see what's going on in the news today. What is everybody seeing over here? All right, NVIDIA CEO, China should take its cue from the US tech. Big banks are rallying big time. Can it last? NVIDIA joins record US buyback spree of $60 billion plan. Real winners in stablecoin shift. Buffett's lift stakes in Japan, trading houses. Oh my goodness, I can't say this word. I'm tripping. Nvidia slips after earnings beat but failed to wow. Okay, I don't even know what that's talking about. Snowflake shares surge as AI boom fuels demand. Mexico bows to Trump. Why they put it like that? Mexico bows to Trump with new tariffs on China. U.S. stocks. Somebody really wrote that with some hate. U.S. stocks steady as Wall Street digests Nvidia earnings. UK's Asda warns of sales hit from completion of Walmart IT separation. Hormel Foods sees quarterly profit below estimates as commodity costs rise. China's major airlines stay in red in the first half on oversupplied low fares. India's small business scrambled to cushion blow from Trump's 50% tariffs. Reactions to Nvidia's mixed outlook, China uncertainty, Bath and Body Works post quarterly profit miss. Dollar General lifts annual targets on strong demand for cheaper essentials. Apple says UK mobile market shakeup could harm users and developers. Okay. Mm, interesting. Anybody else pop in here since? Okay, so AT&T popped in here. Of course, AT&T looking good. Looking good. Wanted to keep on going. I wanted to go to 50. 50 bucks. Davis Sharbutt. What is this? AMT and BMNR. David Sharbutt to join Bitmine board of directors. All right. Anyway, so basically we've done our due diligence as far as looking into why these stocks are moving. AST popping back up there, ASTI, but still on low volume. It's got some work to do to catch up with CWD. I think CWD is gonna be the main watch even until even to open. You can go to the 15-minute, 1 minute. Still holding flat here. No dumps. ASTI is moving. Let's see. It came on my scan like for a minute and then it just dropped off. So I thought it kind of failed. Let me see what it's looking like. ASTI. Yeah, it's gonna have to put some heat behind it to get back on the scan. Come on, big boy. You gotta get on up there, ASTI. That was the space solar, I believe, that we looked at. Yeah, solar thin film shooting energy beams in space and providing people with power up there. Solar energy beams. We'll see, man. ASTI it's just definitely got to put its feet down and get going. It's almost a 10 million shares traded, but I don't know. It continues to look weak. Maybe later on in the day it'll be the one. I'll come back and look at it. Actually, did we look at the daily chart for ASTI? I don't think we did. Let me go and do that real quick before I jump off of here. ASTI closed at okay, so I had already marked this up on 6/26. So this was 2 months ago when we saw ASTI last time. It was trading at $2.10 yesterday, and it is now up to 263. So right around the top side of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this down, or no, I'll leave those up there. Let me just put a new one right here. 260 possible daily level. Then we will, anything between this though, I mean, it's got $3 up there, but nothing really obvious in this level. It's just trying to survive at this point. It hit this little obvious level at 260 once, came back down to it, failed it big, came back up to it, again, failing it. CW is up to 280. CW, again, held these levels down here. Like I said, this one seems like it's going to be the main watch even until the open. It's up 65%, and it continues to just play around in these levels. And I think this is going to attract the most people because it looks like it can do something. So, you know, it is getting some snaps down though, boy. But I'm just going to be patient. I'm going to go ahead and take this trip, get over to the office, and you know, do another survey of what's going on in the market. If I can find anything better, I will definitely drop that into the Discord. Discord is free. And that's where we continue any kind of conversations. We talk about anything from stocks, crypto, dividends, you know, just strategies overall. So yeah, that's what we do over there in the Discord. But yeah, I'm about to get ready to shut it on down. You know, if I come back and CWD is at 15 bucks, well, you know, at least we're looking in the right spot, right? But I'm going to definitely keep my head on a swivel today. This is the last week of trading, so might as well not go too far in the red on this day or on any other days closing up the month. But anyway, I'm about to jump off here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in for sure. I'll be back on tomorrow morning. And now tomorrow morning, Fridays are always kind of weird. You know, it's kind of like Freaky Fridays. Some things happen, some things don't. And a lot of times good news or big news doesn't really pop on Fridays. So, you know, a lot of no catalyst movers and things like that can get you caught up. But yeah, we'll see. We shall see. It doesn't work. Whoa, let me go over here to my Discord then. Let's go fix that right now. I set it to never expire. It should, but I might have created something else, so I don't know. Let me see. Let's see what we bought here. Right. All right, so let me drop it right here. We will. Never generate new link. All right, let me drop that in there. And we did not copy that correctly. Okay, so there's the Discord link right there. That one should definitely get you over here to the Market Watch. Let me make sure I'll generate two of them just in case, just in case. So we're in Market Watch and you'll see us. Yep, nice. Okay, so you'll see us talking, but like I said, I'm about to hit the road. Once I get to the office, that's when I do the, you know, whatever, you know. But I don't like rushing into stuff. I like to kind of do my due diligence and see if that's the best thing on the day. If it is, hey, it might continue to grind up the day, may give some opportunities. If not, if something else pops up that's like higher price and really paying out, you know, 10, 20 cents, 30 cents per candle, that's gonna be where I kind of jump on the ride. But yeah, SOGP continues to play back and forth over $5. SOGP as well. We'll see which one comes up. But yeah, I gotta get out of here. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.